Hey, everybody, it's yours truly, the Iceman, Jamie Dundee, and you're listening to Wolfie D's Live and in Color, because don't diss the man or we'll bum rush your mother.
Hey, this is Jimmy Street, host of the Live and in Color with Wolfie D podcast. Hear the life and times of professional wrestler Wolfie D, from his time in the territories with PG-13 to his time in WWE, ECW, WCW, TNA, and more. Nothing is off limits and nothing will be held back. Thanks again for tuning in. Here he is, Wolfie D.
Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? It's Wolfie D, and you're listening to Live and in Color with Wolfie D. My man Jimmy across the street. What are you doing, man?
Man, I'm just chilling, brother, you know.
Chilling
excited.
Like a villain?
Yes, a total villain. And I'm excited so much about today's show, bro. I'm just giddy.
It's going to be great. It always is every time we have Jamie on. This will be the second time. But, I mean, we've got... You know, we're going to talk to him, and then at the end, we're going to do Ask PG-13 anything instead of just Wolfie. So that should be pretty fun too. You know, when Jamie's on, man, it's like we're on autopilot. So we just throw a couple of words at him, and he's gonna go, man.
Yeah, he's just a bouncing ball, man. So I'm excited. You know, what's funny is we were like, what are we gonna do for the show? We need a show. We had Randy Hogan. Numbers were great. Thank y'all as always. We had the tribute to Jarrett. Thanks again. Awesome show. Really appreciate that. But with this one, we were kind of struggling. We were like, man, we're gonna be needing to figure something out.
You know, people always ask what's the greatest rib or something. I think I pulled a great rib on you. I would love to tell the story because
go ahead, do it.
I talked to Jamie, guys. I don't know, I guess 2 or 3 days before this, when we taped the interview, and I knew he was coming on, and I called Jimmy and I said, man, I just acted really down.
Yes,
Jimmy, I can't do this no more, man. And I could feel through the phone Jimmy's heart sink into his stomach. He's like, why, man? What's up? I said, I just can't. I don't even remember everything I said. I was just rolling.
Yeah.
And Michelle was actually on the couch listening to me and just looking at me like, you're such a dick. And so I make Jimmy believe that I'm done with the podcast. I'm finished with it. And then he was so down. And then I could have kept going, but I had to let you off the hook because I felt bad. And I'm like, dude, I'm just kidding. I said, we got Jamie, in 2 days. And he's like, what?
You were just like, I mean, you were selling it, and I guess I was selling it too. And they say don't sell a rib, isn't that the whole deal? But I had no idea it was a rib because you're dealing with a lot. You got a lot of signings coming up. You got a lot of stuff you're doing, making T-shirts. By the way, PG-13 T-shirts. Make sure you get in touch with Wolfie D. Those are gorgeous. I mean, we got some cool stuff, and I know you're busy. And I was like, oh God, it's over. Well, it was a good run.
Come to an end.
So
it was funny.
It was.
If I didn't like you, I wouldn't rib you.
Thank you. That's the way I feel, dude. If I don't like somebody, I don't joke with them. It's just,
Yeah, don't even waste my time with them.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
But anyway, that was a rib, and the true story is that Jamie's on today, man, and I can't wait to talk to him. This is going to be out of control, funny.
I know.
Just great times, man. I mean, when me and him saw each other at that Kayfabe Cave signing, it was just like we ain't missed a beat, man. And we just fed off of each other, and the people that were there had an incredible time. They wouldn't leave. Even after they bought stuff, they wouldn't leave because we were sitting there telling stories, and Jamie was on point, man. He was Jamie Dundee to the umpteenth percent, man, like the good way. And it was funny, and we told stories, and it was a good time, man. And this should be better. I love it that Jamie's so into this now, and I love it, man. I can't wait to get him on the phone.
I know, man. Well, hey, yeah, we got big things planned. Big things are coming. There's even more Jamie stuff on down the line that we're going to work out too. But the good news is we got him back for the second time. So it took us 67 episodes to get your brother on the show. Yeah. And then 20 more, and we got him again. So we're doing good now, man. I'm happy.
Doing good.
So, Yeah.
He's what, the second person to be on here twice now?
Yeah, second 2-timer. Then Randy's still got 3 on him, but we'll get that figured out.
The one that I missed.
Yeah, the one. Yeah.
The one that Wolfie missed.
How many have I missed, Wolfie?
Jimmy, I don't think you work 7 days a week, 365. Yeah.
Hey, I do what I can. Jimmy across the street. Love it, love it, love it. Anyway.
Great man.
Let's stop talking and get old Jamie on. What do you say?
You ready?
I'm ready. He's back.
Guess who's back? Back again. Dundee's back. Tell a friend. Yeah, let's do this, man. This is going to be fun. I hope y'all enjoy this. I really do. This is going to be fun. I have no idea what this fucker's going to say, but it'll be fun. I can guarantee. We'll be back in just a minute.
Hey, folks, to get your official Live and in Color with Wolfie D merchandise, go to prowrestlingtees.com/live Wolfie D. Check it out.
If you're listening to Live and in Color with Wolfie D on Apple Podcast and like what you're hearing, go ahead and leave a 5-star rating. And while you're at it, write a review. Tell us what you liked. Tell us what you'd like to hear in the future. It's very important to us and always appreciated. Thanks again.
Hello.
Yes, sir. We are calling about your chlamydia recent contraction.
Yeah, she's not here right now, but she'll be home about 4. You talking about my housekeeper, Chlamydia, down there? She's my housekeeper.
Yeah. I knew a dancer named Chlamydia one time.
Yeah, one time I did. I married her. And we got 2 kids, STD and LMNOP, both of them. They're doing real well in life. I have to walk outside and get in my car and plug my phone in because, as usual, I am unprepared.
Well, hey, Jamie, and we appreciate you all the same, brother. So,
well, you know what? You are sure welcome. And the next time we get together, I'm gonna bring a right and a left shoe.
That's awesome.
Hey, man. So let's talk. By the time this airs, we're gonna be, I don't know, a few weeks out. You know, Jarrett unfortunately passed away, so I felt the need to do a show on that. And so we're actually we're going to be time traveling right now, because by the time this airs, we will have gotten back from Philadelphia, as to where we not have yet gone to Philadelphia and New York.
Check this out. All of a sudden, just a bunch of money came in my pocket like we've already been. Got a pocket full of money right now. That's good. You do it again. We'll do it again.
That's the best.
But hey, listen, is this the one that I know showed last year? Is that where we're going this time when we time travel?
Not the exact same convention, but the same areas. So that'll be fun. Philadelphia is icons of wrestling.
Philadelphia was never fun.
You did Philadelphia?
No, because I lived in New Jack and did lots of drugs, and it was just, I don't know if it wasn't fun. It was expensive. It was not fun. And I remember we were pumping fucking gas, and a brother runs up and busts the side window of my car out and tries to jump in and steal it, while me and Jack are fucking putting gas in on the other side of the car.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I said, is this dude fucking for real, man? And he's like, looks like it. He's trying to get in the driver's seat. Punch him, Dundee. We just started punching the fuck out of him. And he jumped out the car and ran away, but I still had a busted window.
Man.
That's a good one. I ain't never heard that from you before.
Oh, yeah. Well, you didn't know that. That's when I lived up there with Jack, and we had lots of fun.
Yeah. Hey, I was just thinking I was going to tell Jimmy at the Kayfabe Cave signing that we did. So I don't think I told you this, Jimmy, but this guy, and I'll let you jump in here in a minute, Jamie. This guy walks up to Jamie. Neither one of us really recognized him. I didn't. I know Jamie didn't. And it makes sense. So the fucking guy gives Jamie and me the encyclopedia to sign and blah, blah, blah. And Jamie's signing something else, asking him where he got it. And Jamie said, yeah, one time this guy sent me baseball cards and I liked him so much I kept them. And the guy goes, that was me.
And the best part of it is his name is Peter Griffin, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my
His
God.
name is Peter Griffin, man. He's fucking Stewie's dad.
I've talked to him quite a bit. Really nice guy. And Jamie kept
really
his
nice
fucking
guy.
cards and stooged himself off right in front of the guy.
Yeah, but listen to this. Not only did I keep it once, I kept it twice. I kept the first one and I sent him an email or something. And I said, look, brother, I've lost them cards. If you send 2 more, I'll sign them and get them back to you. So he sends 2 more and fucking, I think I give them to one of my kids or something. And then I literally, this is no shit. And I'm sorry, everybody, because wrestling was not fake. It was fixed. And I got fucking brain damage and shit. No kidding. I have probably 30 to 50 self-addressed stamped envelopes laying on my desk with shit all in them that I'm supposed to sign for the last 12 years.
Wow.
And really, that's no shit. And here's the thing. I really, really want to sign it, but for some fucking reason, I just can't. I don't know why. I mean, that's no shit. I even had my buddy Donnie one time, just like 6 months ago. This dude sent me something in 2016, and I had Donnie, because it was in Madison, Tennessee, drive it back to the dude and knock on the door and give it to him. And it was like
awesome.
5 or 6 years later. I don't even know if the dude probably moved. He probably wasn't even the right dude. The dude just went, hey, thanks. Shut the fucking door.
But yeah, I can attest to this, him having these weird panic attacks about strange things. The guy, we sold our Cyberpunk mask to Todd Camp at the Kayfabe Cave, and he wanted us to put him on and take one last picture. And this fucking Jamie, you would have thought somebody put him in a fucking straitjacket, dude. He started fucking wigging, trying to get it off. He can't. And Jesus.
Hey, I swear I fucking panicked. I went into claustrophobic mode and I panicked, man. It was squeezing my head and I fucking couldn't breathe and I was hyperventilating and it didn't go well. It didn't go well at all. But I didn't know, but does the cranium grow? Does the head get fucking bigger as you get older?
Sometimes.
What'd you just call it? Did you say
The cranium. Because it's
Scientific.
so weird, kind of fucking head's going to be on the ground. That big head is son of a bitch. Because, I swear, when I put that mask on, it felt like fucking, I don't know, I flipped out, man. I really got claustrophobic and panicked like hell, man, and I flipped out.
Wow.
And it was not at work. It was high. I don't know what's wrong with me. But I honestly, and I know this is going to sound crazy, but I have diagnosed myself, because I have a PhD with an LMNOP, that I have social anxiety. When I go around a bunch of people, I start to I can't breathe, and I don't know what that's about. Maybe because my whole entire life I was around nothing but thousands of people. I don't know, but I swear, man, it's crazy. I have diagnosed myself, because I have a doctor's degree in THC. I'm really good at it, and honestly, I really believe that's what I got. If not, then I'm just plumb fucking crazy. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is. Jimmy actually we're gonna play a little game with you here. If you got a story or whatever, he's got some names. He's just gonna give names. Say what you think. If you got a good story about the person, let's hear it.
Oh, okay. This is kind of like Jeopardy.
Yeah,
it's nothing like Jeopardy, actually.
It's nothing like Jeopardy. Okay, kind of like Wheel of Fortune, then maybe. Give me a Brian Pillman for $700.
Exactly. It's a game. Are you willing to play the name game, Jamie Dundee, brother?
I will play the name game as long as we can have, when we go to Pigeon Forge, we can put Chase Stevens in wrestler's court. And I will be the prosecutor. Dr. Tom Pritchard will be the judge, and you, Wolfie, shall be the defense.
Okay.
The defense. What is the case?
The case is Brian Christopher's hanging around and shit. That's what the case is, the fucking guy. Oh, too soon already? Too soon? What the fuck, man? Really too soon?
I mean,
Brian would have loved it. Brian would have loved it.
Yeah. Brian likes ribs.
Right,
Hey. All right. Well, starting with the name game, then you said the name. Let's start it off with Brian Christopher. Give me a quick thought about him.
Man, I don't know what happened to him in the end, man. Love him so much. I don't know what happened, man. the guy went from straight laced doing it all right to holy shit, he did it all wrong in the end.
Yeah.
I mean, really, man, I've never seen no one go from nothing straight to friggin' heroin. Who does that, man? I mean, there was no in between, no started off, do a little bump here and there and move your way up, nothing, just straight to the bang, zoom, wang, here we go. I don't know what happened. I love him. I miss him a lot. As do a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely. What about Billy Travis?
Oh, Gary Mize. The fucking guy could steal from you and smile and make you like it. You can't get mad at Billy. For no fucking reason on the planet could you ever get mad at Billy. Because he sang like Marty Tails. He'd say, Marty Tails on, y'all watch Marty Tails. And he thought he was Boys to Men. He thought he could sing like hell. And the one thing I remember my whole entire life about Billy is he had a smelly dick.
Okay.
I mean, he would always pull the little fucking covered wagon back and the fucking God, poor Billy Wash it, man. Fuck. I bet if we dug Billy up right now, his dick would stink. I swear to God it would. That's no shit.
Okay, well then, how about Eric Embry?
Man, Eric Embry, I just talked to him about, a few months back, man. He runs a pizza place right here in Kentucky, like down the road from me, like somewhere by Bowling Green or something.
Okay.
And he got him a pizza place going. I always loved Eric Embry. A lot of people didn't like Eric. I loved Eric. Eric was. I stayed in the Dallas Sportatorium when he lived there. When we would take the bus down and shit. I stayed a couple of times because I didn't have nowhere to be. So I just said, "Fucking, I ain't riding the bus back. I'm gonna stay with you, Eric." And we just sit in the fucking Sportatorium and do whippets and just fucking do whatever else comes along. But I've always loved Eric Embry. A lot of people don't like him, but I've always loved him.
Okay, that's a good one. What about the fabulous Jackie Fargo?
Man, the greatest story I got on that is as I was reminded my whole entire life running around with Brian Christopher that the Dundees ruined the Lawlers' Christmas. In 1975, Jackie Fargo played Santa Claus, and I would never forget it. I ran up to him with the milk and cookies when he came in. He had the beard on and the outfit, and I ran up and I give him them milk and cookies, and he pulled that beard down. He said, "Pally, Santa wants whiskey, boy." And I ran back. I said, "Daddy, Santa wants whiskey." And so we got Santa a whole bunch of whiskey, and Santa got tore plumb up. And by the time he got to the Lawler's house, he knocked the Christmas tree over, fucking broke the toys. He started at Jarrett's, went to ours, and then off to the fucking Lawler's. And by the time because that was when Jerry lived in Hendersonville, and by the time old Fargo got to friggin' Pally's house, baby, it was on. He knocked the tree over, broke all the gifts, and Brian Christopher reminded me of that every year at Christmas. He'd say, "You ruined my fucking Christmas my whole life." Santa ruined it, not me.
Yeah, not you, Santa. So what about you brought his name up? Let's go ahead and say Mr. Jerry Jarrett, the late Jerry Jarrett.
Man, I don't know what else to say, but I mean, fuck, me, you, Bill Dundee, Undertaker, Stone Cold, fucking The Rock, any wrestler on the planet owes that man a thank you, and without you, I wouldn't be nobody. And that is no shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude is oh my God, the greatest wrestling mind in the world. And if he wasn't, I'm giving him credit for it. Because by God, I can't remember. I mean, how are you going to take Kamala and stick him in my backyard and end up making it look like Africa, bro? Only Jerry Jarrett can do that, man.
Exactly. That was genius, man. Yeah, it looked like Africa for sure.
Yeah, and it was my fucking backyard in Hendersonville, Tennessee. I'll never forget it. I'm like, well, what are they doing? Like, yeah, he's in Africa, kid.
Now, he bought George Jones' mansion, right?
No, what now? Say that again.
Didn't Jerry buy George Jones' mansion?
No. Jerry built that mansion.
Okay.
Actually, Jerry designed that mansion in college, and they told him it couldn't be done because that was in the 60s. And he made, this is no bullshit, he made that teacher come and change the grade on that paper 30 years later when he built that house. That's no bullshit.
Wow.
Yeah, he brought him there and said, "Well, there it is." And then the guy's like, "Son of a bitch, you ain't wrong now today."
That's awesome. Okay, well then how about JEFF JARRETT? What about Jeff?
Man, let me tell you, my whole entire life, I don't know if Jeff liked me or not. I still don't know if Jeff liked me or not. When I was 16 or 17 years old, when I just started managing, I remember being on the side of the road with a flat tire, and him and Frank Morrell pulled up in that white and gold Lincoln, and he unrolled the window, and he said, I don't even fucking like you. And I go, oh, okay. And he goes, but we got to change that tire, and he helped me change my tire. And so you know, I don't know. But I sent Jeff that little video thing I made, and he sent me back a really personal, great message and said, Jamie, that was fucking wonderful, man. And thank you very much. And the emotions that brought out in me, but I thank you for them. And I was like, wow, good stuff, man. Good stuff, man. But the more I talked in the wrestling world, if it wasn't for Jeff Jarrett, me and Wolfie would have never had a job nowhere.
Right.
I mean, honestly, he gave us our first job from Shelby Adcox in Central City. He came and did a shot, and he goes, have y'all showed this to gimmick to my dad? And we're like, no. He's like, you will tomorrow. And so we tried for 2 or 3 times, and finally we got to show it to him.
If you remember, you gave Jeff your video recorder, and Jeff actually filmed the match. Stood back there and filmed.
Yes, he did. He sure the hell did. Was it me against you or me and you against somebody?
Me and you against Brickhouse, and I think maybe Pez Watley. I can't remember who that was.
Oh no, maybe Brickhouse and the Gambler.
I don't remember.
I don't either. But it was for Shelby Adcock, but it was a USWA show, right? But wasn't that how it went?
No, it was just a Shelby show, Beaver Dam.
Yeah, so then I don't know why Brickhouse would have been there, because he's a Memphis guy. He wouldn't have been down this again.
He did work there sometimes, and so did Pez. I know.
Yeah, I know that. I mean, hell, listen, back in them days, we worked anywhere to get that old snooty dude, that old after party activities.
Well, one of the greatest names that I've got on this list. These are 2 awesome ones. Tracy Smothers.
Man, known him. He'd say, Dundee, you alive? Dundee. He'd say, y'all think Dundee's crazy? Y'all ought to meet his sister. Oh, shit. Y'all ever meet Dundee? Oh, my God. Y'all think Dundee's singing? He said, I tell you, I've known him since he's 13 years old. Y'all, this ain't work. This ain't work. It's him 24/7. That's Dundee right there 24/7. When we did that movie, he told all them guys, said, shit, Robert Redford said, yeah. He said, he won't know if he can call Robert Bob. Who the hell wants to call Robert Bob? I was just
talking about the last guy.
If I could call him Bob. And he said, yeah, look, brother, he don't care. He don't care if we draw tonight. He said, who's the Mark, Dundee? Who's the Mark? They're out there in their boat, me and you driving to Memphis. Who's the fucking Mark?
Hey, and when you see a big house, it'd be like, look at brother. I bet he never took a back drive.
Yeah. He'd say, who do you beat? Who the fuck you ever beat?
Yeah. When the Saw shows were light after TJ passed away, he'd look out in the curtain. He was like, well, boys, if they riot, I believe we can take them.
I believe we got a wolf, son. He'd say, look at that Dundee right over in that factory. He said, you know, the only thing they got to worry about in life is cheese and crackers, or peanut butter and crackers on their 15-minute break. That's all they got to worry about, Dundee. Listen, he went through 5 years of high fives.
Yeah.
And when I say high fives, I mean every time he said a word, you had to high five him.
Don't leave me hanging.
If you did, he would reach over and just take it. So it didn't matter. He was getting his 5. And this is no shit. We all learned to just stick our hand on the fucking wrist in between us on the armrest and just hold your hand up and just drive 400 miles with your left hand. So Tracy could high five to some bitch every time he said something. I mean, it was great. If I could go back and do it again, I would. Another great story. Wolfie and Tracy Smothers are going to give me a fucking intervention one time.
Yeah.
We fly into Boston. And in Boston, it takes 3 hours to go 6 miles, and I don't give a fuck what time you do it in.
Yeah.
And so we land at the airport, we rent the car, and we were going, and Wolfie and Tracy are going to give Dundee an intervention. And they start saying, Jamie, you got to quit doing the cocaine. You got to quit smoking the Jabba. You got to quit. Tracy said, what the hell are you doing? Wolfie, he done brought the shit with him on the plane. Look, he's got it in his hand now. I'm back there just doing my deal, baby. I said, well, Tracy, I got to do what I got to do, man. That's how, that's the reason I did this entertainment business, is for the extracurricular activities after the show.
Yes.
That is the reason. But, I mean, can you imagine Wolfie and Smothers going to give Dundee a fucking intervention? Are you serious?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Right, yeah. So,
look, one more crazy story. You remember this
please.
one, Wolf, when we land with the joint, remember? He says, Dundee, get them joints out of that bag. And I pulled the joint out, and written on the joint from his ex-wife, Rose, says, this is the reason you lost your family to begin with. And I read that, and he goes, what the hell are you talking about, Dundee? I go, right here, Tracy, written on the joint. He goes, motherfucker, I had that hidden in a rock, under a rock, outside the house, under a rock. And said, she done found it. I said, obviously, she wrote a note on it, Smothers. So Smothers took his shirt off. Yeah, he would always take his shirt off and stick it under the seat, like the pot smoke's not going to get under the seat. It's just going to go everywhere else in the car. It's not going to get under the seat. And then we smoked the joint, and I swear he was worried about that shit, though. So I imagine he was, but I guess they really did get divorced. I don't know if it was over that doobie, but it was because of doobies.
And then he'd get the lotion out after he smoked, to get the lotion out and rub it all over.
Yeah. And listen, brother, you ain't never seen nothing until you seen Tracy Smothers pissing in a cup, eating chicken, rubbing lotion on the same chicken fingers that he fucking held his dick with when he peed in the cup, and then rubbed it on his face. I'm like, Tracy, what in the fuck was all that right there, bro? He's like, Dundee, can't stop, bro. You gotta go. We gotta get there, man. Can't stop, Dundee. He said, I'm tired of you nickel and diming me. It cost Tracy Smothers $100 to pick me and Wolfie up every fucking time. He'd have to give us $60 each up front. And he said, boys, I got you draw, boys. Hey, come on. And then finally one day he just said, I'm tired of you nickel and diming me, death. This is no shit, y'all. He lived 3 miles from my mother's house. And he fucking told me he was fixing to go to bounty hunting school and hunt me down. I said, what? He said, yeah, no, Dundee, I'm tired of you nickel dime motherfucker. I said, I'm finna go to bounty hunting school, and I'm gonna hunt you down, Dundee, and I'm gonna fucking whoop your goddamn ass. And I said, Tracy, I'm fucking 3 miles, but you ain't gotta go to no school or nothing. You fucking retard. God bless his heart, man. I swear I knew him when he was normal. My mother used to say, what a good-looking, bloody, lovely man he used to be. But what the fuck happened to him? I said the wrestling business happened to him, Mama.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay. Well, that is just amazing. I think we got to do a Tracy show sometime. So,
listen, buddy, you can get everybody on this planet to tell you a Tracy story. I mean, and a good one, too, doesn't he? He's going to find a whole fucking bar in Philadelphia. Yeah. Look at the way that motherfucker looking at me. I swear he said, hold my watch, Dundee. I said, I ain't old as shit. I believe this, motherfucker. 55 brothers in this bar. Me and you and Wolf, I believe it. Yeah, he got mad at New Jack. I said, New Jack ain't on our side no more. ECW's out the window. It's fucking, it is what it is. I'm leaving, brother. He said, oh, my goddamn watch. He said, what the fuck he say to me? I said, he's like, mother, he's talking to the DJ. He didn't say a fucking word to you, bro. I'm leaving. Because he said, I saw Mark look at Vince, and Vince looked at Mark, and they gave it, he shook his head up and down. He said, what the fuck's a Freddie Joe Floyd? What the fuck's Freddie Joe Floyd, Dundee? What the fuck is that? Is that a rib from Mark? I'll whoop it. Let me hold my watch. Poor Smothers, man. Loved him.
Great.
Listen, I saw him 2 weeks before he passed away. My brother-in-law, J.D. Thunder, stayed with Tracy all the way up to the day he passed. But I went over the bridge to Evansville and went and saw him in the hospital like 2 weeks before he passed away. And I would send him a text. And look, I sent him a text because he always said to me, Dundee, you're alive. He said, you get more shit in 7 days than the average human can get in a whole fucking year. So tell me what happened this week. And so I sent him a message, and I go, Smothers, you're alive. And he wrote back, just barely, Dundee, just barely.
Barely.
God bless him.
I had FaceTimed him probably, about the same time you say you saw him and stuff, man. You just knew. He knew. And we knew. You know what I mean?
Right. He knew. And he damn sure had the way his funeral thing went down. He didn't want to be in Springfield, Tennessee, first of all, because Bucky kicked that dog, and Bucky cocked right there and hit that cock, and kicked that dog right in the mouth, and it bit brother's foot off. I ain't playing. Y'all some thugs. Baby T is terrible. H is hell. You was just ugly and G is for jail because a thug can't spell.
That's right. I love it. Oh, man. Well, this next guy is probably going to elicit some great stories, too, because he's honestly one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. And anybody who says he's not one of the greatest is a damn liar. Beautiful Bobby Eaton.
Man, you ain't wrong, brother. That dude, my brother-in-law, bless his heart, he had to put up with a fucking dumbass sister of mine his whole life. But I tell you what, he loved her till the fucking end, bro. He sure did. Took care of her. That was Bobby's. I don't know why. Believe me, beyond any shadow of a fucking doubt, we all begged him and fucking pleaded him. We tried to pay him to fucking run away, but he wouldn't. But damn it, Bobby, that was the most humble, the most kind, the most fucking just the best wrestler in this fucking business, bar none. I mean, honestly, when the video games first came out, they got Bobby Eaton to do all the moves for them because they knew they would fucking be right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bobby Eaton was the first one to ever put that suit on and take every fucking bump so any fucking Nintendo could make a wrestling game, and that's no shit. And just such a kind, just such a caring and a good person, man. And then he had to marry my fucking stupid sister, bless his heart. God, man, and I miss Bobby so much. Man. He called me Bones my whole entire life.
Oh,
yeah.
He'd say Bones. He'd say Bones. So see, when he met my sister, I was listen, he married her when I was 13. So when he met my sister, I was about 11 or 12, and I had my appendix taken out. So I was really, really skinny and recovering from appendicitis, you know, and Bones, and just always, he'd say, Bonesy, roll Bobby Lee some joints, got to go on the road. I fucking rolled them joints. They were the worst shit you've ever seen in life. And Bobby would just smile and hug him, love you, Bonesy, and just take him with him. And I think, is he going to smoke them? What the fuck? I mean, there's nothing. Bobby's just a kind, caring, good person, man. And a tough son of a bitch.
Yeah.
He was one of them ones, if you crossed the line, which not many people ever did, but matter of fact, I don't think I've ever heard a person say anything bad about Bobby Eaton ever on this fucking planet. Because if you did, there must be something wrong with you, man.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
And you have to fight every motherfucker on the planet. Because Shawn Michaels once said the greatest wrestler in our business is beautiful Bobby Eaton. And it's true that. 16 years old when he started wrestling as the Brown Bomber in fucking Alabama.
Yeah. What a great guy. I got three left here. I got three left. All right.
That's this one left in the business. That's all we got, about three left.
Is the superstar Bill Dundee.
Man, let me tell you, growing up, that some bitch had an ego, and he was a superstar. He let everybody know it, or everybody at home anyway. I don't know about it in the real world, or the wrestling world. The real world, that some bitch come home. But you know what sucked about having a dad that was kind of famous or whatever like that is, if the towns didn't draw, I got my ass whooped. And that fucking sucked. Like, come on, Memphis, draw, man. Come on, draw. Dundee gets home, he's going to be mad because I stole a motorcycle or something. I don't know. I mean, believe me, the shit I did definitely needed ass kickings for it. But, I mean, it just seemed like every time I saw my pop, it was because he wouldn't let me go to no town. But because now that I'm 51 and I understand, and my mother has passed on, he had a girlfriend in every fucking town, which I don't blame him. He was a superstar. So, but I only ever got to go to the fairgrounds. Yeah. And that was on Saturday night. Every blue moon, he'd let me go to Evansville and put my little jumpsuit on, dress like him, and sell kisses to fat chicks for $1. That was me and his thing right there,
That's a genius.
So, I mean, really, I didn't have a chance. And I was 8 years old, fucking charging fat chicks $1 for a kiss. I mean, what was I going to grow up and be a fucking mayor?
Right.
I mean,
tell him about the time you stole his gimmick money, and you stole his gimmick money, and he came to the arcade.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, I stole a whole bag. That was when I stole a $100 bill. I was already 16 then. But one time, listen to this, I'll never forget this, 1980 fucking 2. I was 13 years old or 14 years old, so it was 1984. It was Motley Crue opening up for Ozzy Osbourne Bark at the Moon Tour. Awesome. And and my dad had a whole bunch. I didn't get to go, so fuck you and awesome. I still ain't never seen Motley Crue. But I'm going to tell you, there's no shit. They're my favorite band on the planet. I never got to see them. But I used to go in there, and Bill would have one of them bank bags, right? And, I would sneak in there when he got in the shower or something, which was very rarely was he home when I got home from school. You know what I'm saying? Because the towns, he'd have to leave before school got out. Yeah. And so I come home, and I used to sneak in there and unzip that. He'd have one of them brown bank bags, and it would have a fucking stuff full of envelopes, and it would say like Memphis, $260, Louisville, $170. It was all the picture money, and he would save it for a month, and then he would take it and bury it in a jar or whatever it was he did with it. And so I grabbed one of them little envelopes out of it. I didn't know what I was preaching and grabbed one, tipped that one back in my room, right? And so the shower cut off, and I fucking had the whole bag in my room. I was like, oh shit! So I just throw it in my closet. So the next day when I come home from school, old Bill's moping around and shit, and I said, my mama, what's wrong with Bill? She said, one of them goddamn wrestlers has stolen all of his picture money. And I thought, oh, fuck, it's in my closet. So this is what I do, the genius that I am. My best friend's name was Troy. We called him Sticky, because everything he touched was seemed to fucking stick to him. So Sticky had an EP in it, empty push or stay home. So I said, Sticky, push that son of a bitch over here and I put $20 in. Let's go to the mall. So I went to the mall and I bought every motherfucking buddy of mine, about 10 or 12 dudes, everybody fucking tickets to Ozzy Osbourne, Bark at the Moose. I bought everybody t-shirts. I bought everybody those fucking plastic six-pack holding hats you put on with the one straw, you know, so you could drink 6 beers at one time. I bought everybody one of those. I bought cartons of cigarettes for everybody. I fucking spent it was about $8,000, and that was a lot of money in fucking 19. That's a lot of money now. That's really a lot of money then. And I spent the whole $8,000. And then I called my mom to come and pick me up at the mall. And I got fucking 4 huge bags full of fucking just nothing. Just shit you can't return. Right. So my mother says, where in the fuck did you get all this shit? And of course, I said, Sticky bought it. Well, first of all, Sticky ain't never had over $2 in his pocket, and he damn sure gave Ep.87. I mean, what the fuck's that take, right? Yeah. So she said, Sticky bought it, huh? I go, yeah, Sticky got his taxes. And I was fucking 14 and Sticky was 16 or something. So Sticky didn't have no damn taxes. So the next day, but of course, my dumb ass, I took all the little envelopes and threw them away, but I threw the brown fucking bank bag in my closet. Oh. So the next day when I come home from school, you had to come around my house, and we had a big fucking concrete, like rock staircase thing. You go up and it goes up into the swimming pool area, and then you go into the house. And just as my head peeks up over them stairs, fucking Bill's sitting at the table with that fucking bag on the table. I said, oh shit, I took off running, and of course he caught me and fired that old head up a few times. And this is what he did, man. He brought all of my buddies, every fucking one of them, and said, this is for you. This is for you. He gave them all the tickets, gave them all cartons of cigarettes, gave them all the fucking hats, the shirts, gave it. And he said, if any of y'all pick this motherfucker up and take him to the concert, I am going to beat the fuck out of you. And not one son of a bitch picked me up, bro. They're like, hey, sorry, bro. We believe him, man. I mean, fuck that. I'm sorry, bro. We didn't tell you the baddest shit. And so I never got to see it. I mean, really, they were like, yeah, fuck you. I'm not taking an ass kicking from Dundee, but appreciate it, Bill. And they all just went to the concert and fucking, I got an ass kicking, and everybody enjoyed the fucking wealth of it. So I figured out that's why I quit stealing. I stole 3 times in my life. One time was a fucking $1,500 diamond ring. I did it when I did it right. The other time was a $10,000 bag of money, and the other time was a Lincoln Continental that Dutch Mantel caught me driving, and I took that fucker back home, and he never told on me. So, and so my life was, it wasn't my fault. I mean, it really wasn't. When you sell kisses to fat chicks at 8 years old, you don't want to do nothing else.
Right, exactly. I mean, okay. All right. The final 2 names are easy here. So number 1 is Live and in Color with Wolfie D.
Shelly Warren Wolf. The guy, Airwolf. His name was Airwolf when I met him. He had his mama combed his hair over to the side, parted it over to the side, and he had a fucking little colorful jacket with some fringe on it, and he was Airwolf. And so me and Airwolf and Mitch Ryder, Claude Mitchell Bell, rest in peace, brother, and Brian Hopkins and fucking Tracy Johnson used to all jump in this fucking car of Mitch's and just go to any wrestling show we could wrestle at for fucking whatever, $8, $10, $12. That don't make a fuck. Hell, Gypsy Joe would give me a bump. He'd give me $5 in a bump, and I'd be there. Fuck, I'm there, brother. Yeah. So and Wolfie started the gimmick of because me and Wolfie wrestled each other, and I have them all on videotape and shit. They are good fucking matches. I say to this day right now, them fucking shows that we were on in them outlaw shows that Shelby Adcock booked, every motherfucker on that show could get down and go, man. They really could. And I would put that show up. I would put that show against the fucking AEW, the WWE, any fucking garbage show that's out there today. I would put them fucking 10 outlaw wrestlers, as you call them, and we would smoke their fucking ass in ratings, bro. Believe that. Yeah. I ain't shitting, man. I'm not exaggerating that shit. I got them on handheld videotape. I got them all recorded, and I'm telling you, I go back and watch them and go, fuck, that was a hell of a fucking show, man. Then people got to see for $5 with a bunch of outlaw. But when me and Wolfie, when Chris Champion said do it together, and he gracefully let me come along, because if y'all ask him, he'll tell you he used to sit in the crowd when I first started managing it. He hated OJC. So I did my job right. I got a lot of it. But I can't imagine my life without the guy. I can't imagine being around him much longer anymore. but I can't imagine my life without him. I don't know where it would have ever went without him. For real, I love him. He knows. Fuck. I mean, because, you know, but I've been watching a video where he said, all you ever did was sit on the couch, drink beer, smoke cigarettes while I worked out and took us places. So thanks to Wolfie, I got to go places.
Thank you, Wolfie. All right.
We
do you have a rebuttal?
Other,
yeah, you do.
Yeah. We complimented each other, man. I love you too.
Listen. Some things can't be taught, brother. Ricky and Robert, some things can't be taught. It clicked from the get go. It was fucking. Matter of fact, many times throughout the years, have me and Wolfie had extracurricular activities, and out of nowhere, text the other one and just say, "God damn, we were great."
Yeah,
and I mean, I believe that. I mean, not too. I mean, just must have sat at home and watched the video. I promise. But I was like, fuck, man, and him too. It's like, I mean, fuck, we were great, and we really were, and bar none. But now I can't even book the right shoes in my bag, so don't book me no more.
Okay, well, speaking of, the very last one in name game for Jamie Dundee is just that: JC Ice, the Iceman, Jamie Dundee.
Fuck, brother, if it's up to me, we just keep that Iceman where he is. We keep him put away, because that dude is fucking, well, everybody knows that dude's crazy. That dude don't give a fuck. That dude sells kisses for $1 to fat chicks, and he don't care. And sometimes he'll give them free ones. If they're real big and ain't got $1, he don't mind. Goddamn, take one for the team, brother. But I mean, JCI definitely was. It was and is. Like a lot of people say to my wife, "Man, what is it like living with this guy?" And my wife's like, "It's nothing like y'all see." Because the wrestling business, the people. I guess it brings out the JCI in me, which is, everybody has an alter ego. It's somewhere inside their little souls, and we just get to bring ours out every fucking night in a different town with fucking women and money and drugs and sex and rock and roll, and then one day it's all gone, and it's hard to let that person go. But if not, you end up dead in a fucking hotel room, or you know what I'm saying. So I finally came to it's over for me, and I'm glad it's over for me. But life is slow and boring without him. I know that. JC Ice he had a lot of fun, a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he gets Jenna Jameson on fucking pay-per-view, bro. I mean, come on.
Right.
I mean,
right.
You know how many dicks I sucked right then? About 30. Right that second, like, damn, I just sucked 30 dicks, man. What the fuck? And I did it for $500. So, I mean, so what? Some of y'all listening have done it for free. So, fuck you. Don't judge me.
That match, when they show it on... I guess it's WWE Network or something, but when they show it now, they edit it out. Like, you kissed her, and then you grabbed the mic and you said, "Damn, that tastes like dick."
Tastes like dick, yeah. But it did. It did. I mean, what else would it taste like? Anybody else kisses her? I promise. And that was the first time I'd ever really tasted dick. And but I know it was dick. It was bar none. It was dick. I promise. It was like, that did not fucking taste right, Wolf. I remember one time me and Wolfie was in Puerto Rico, and I had a morning boner, and I threw my arm and leg over him and squeezed up against him. Like, I don't know, I was sleeping anyway. Whoa. And he slid out on the fucking bed. He's like, "No, we got to get a room with 2 beds, bro. We can't be doing this shit." And that was the closest I ever been to being gay. James
back,
dick in my mouth and my little boner on Wolfie's back. That's the closest I've ever been. I'm just saying that I know for a fact that kiss had a little dick in it. I know it did. I mean, we were dressing under the bleachers. We were under the bleachers dressing, bro. The fucking people's popcorn and shit was falling on us on a pay-per-view. I mean, for real.
Yeah. So, that reminded me of a story, and I'm sorry to take it over here, but
I'm out of shit to say.
Yeah, well, so Wolfie always talks about the funny story about Vader. Wolfie standing there talking to somebody, and all of a sudden you come running up, and Vader had done something.
Well, he was asleep.
Yeah,
he was asleep. The same kind of thing that I did to Wolfie, and he throwed that fucking arm over me or whatever. And I went, "Oh, what the fuck you doing, dude?" Big old burly fucking, he snuggled me up in there. He just fucking arm came, he just like pulled me. I'm like, "What is this fucking monster doing?" And I got him as he closed that out. And I think he had a little boner in my back too, right there. I really do believe that. I believe it. I believe I got a Vader boner. That's better than a Vader line, I guess.
Yeah, it's a very good point. Yes.
and you know, I watched that the other day. I just saw a clip of where Wolfie told that Shamrock story, and you know, 100%, I am the only motherfucker on this planet that could have got away with that. You know?
Right.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm passed out with an $850 cab bill, thanks to Brian, Christopher, and Tony fucking Williams, and some fucking gaudy girl with 1,000 Xanaxes, 1,000 hits of ecstasy, and 1,000 fucking volumes. That's not my fault. But anyway, in Louisville on a Sunday, changed my fucking ticket, flew in the wrong town, got an $800 bill, and all that's my fault, right? Yeah, sure, okay. But anyway, naked in the fucking Denny's doing the fucking bulldog. I mean, butt-ass naked in the Denny's in Elizabethtown. That chick went and got the cooks and said, look at this motherfucker out here, y'all. I'm butt naked, fucking crawling around, my nuts through my legs like the fucking bulldog. Because Brian's like, you won't do the bulldog. I said, I will. I'll do the bulldog right here. And then the fucking police pull us over, and they take the girl to jail, and the next thing I know, I'm fucking waking up, and there's Ken Shamrock. and yeah, and that, I mean, bless his heart, old Kenny, if you're listening now, bro, you still don't want nothing. You still don't want nothing. Definitely only me.
We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with Ask PG-13 Anything. We've had some of the fans send in some questions, and me and you were going to answer them. I haven't even read them, so I don't know.
Here's the thing, Wolf. That last time I did one of them, it didn't turn out too well. That was that fucking one in Philadelphia where you shoot, they call it, and fucking thing didn't end well, man. It didn't end well at all.
Yeah, but how many beers did you drink in that, bro? I mean, you drank
it. So I'm going to drink again just to make this one good, too. Fuck it.
But I'm just saying, you drank like a suitcase, man. It was like,
No, I drank 5 suitcases and smoked 40 fucking joints and drank a 5th of fucking Patron and then sat in the dude's lap and fucking rubbed my cock.
I know, man. I know.
And I'm not queer though, but he just looked like he was like he needed a little help with his show, because I think I was one of the first ones he ever did. Me and Sandman. I can't believe he kept on. I would have quit if I was him. Fucking do me and the Sandman. I'd be like, fuck that shit. I'm going fucking somewhere else. I'm going to talk to football players or something.
Yeah.
We'll be back with Ask PG-13 Anything.
Oh my God, my phone's on 1%. I got to go to Walmart. I mean, to across the street to the dollar store get a charger. But I'll be here when y'all get back.
DJ, hit the music.
Hit the music.
Let's take a quick time out and get a word from one of my dope-ass sponsors, and we'll be right back with more Live and in Color with Wolfie D.
Hey folks, this is Wolfie D here, and if you are looking to buy or sell a home in Tennessee or Southern Kentucky, you're going to want to call my buddy, the rock star realtor, Benji Bowie. And you say, Wolfie, how do I get in touch with this rock star? Well, you can call him directly at 615-390-8216. You can go to his website, bowiehomes.com. That's B-U-I-E homes.com. Or you can email him at benbowie34@gmail.com. When you need a home, you need the Rockstar Realtor.
Benji is a member of Exit Realty's Garden Gate team in Gallatin, Tennessee.
All right, we are back with Ask PG-13 Anything. And y'all, the people have come out in droves to ask you all some cool questions. So,
hey, where the hell did we go?
Where did we go?
You said we're back. Where did we go? I went to Florida. Where'd you go, Wolf?
You went to Dollar General store. Shut up.
I did. I went and bought a charger so I could finish his interview with y'all. And y'all went. I went and got a charger. So but listen, y'all can't ask nothing stupid because I'm fixing to pick my wife up from work in like 30 seconds.
We're not going to be. Yeah, we're not going to be stupid. But you can write that charger off, man. Write that charger off on your taxes. You know. So.
Hey, listen, I don't pay taxes because I'm hell. They gave me like $150,000 for a house, and I didn't pay. I didn't give them nothing.
All right. Well, we'll just not talk about that then. All right.
Oh yeah, so, it's tax time though. But they gave me $5,000 for taxes because my wife works and I'm just a old couch potato dude.
Dude, well, her name's Angela. Get that Angel right. Come on, you know she's.
That's right. It's Angel with an A.
That's right. I love it.
And she met the devil. Believe that shit. Bless her heart. Christian girls and oh Lord, the job of shit. But if she could do it over again, she'd change a few things.
I don't know, man. She seems to like you a lot, I think. So
I don't know if she likes me a lot or if she's like, bullshit, I'm not going out like that. And I'm not going out like the rest of them. Hell no. Because I tell you what, man, all she said was on MySpace was hi.
Yeah.
And I read, hi, you want to get married, have some kids, I'll take care of you for the rest of your life and then marry you. That's what I saw. But she said that's not what that means.
That's what, I feel you, man. I know the same hi.
Yeah, she said hi. And I was like, fuck yeah, that means hi. You want to get married, have some kids, and I'll take care of you forever. You're just a washed up old drug addict wrestler. And by the time it's all over, you'll be a good guy, and I'll just be ready to get rid of your ass. That's what happens.
Yes. Well, again, Angel with an A. So our first question is from the man, the king of all wrestling media, the host of the Cheap Heat TV podcast network, Gene Jackson from Facebook. He says, you guys got to wrestle some of the top tag teams in history, LOD, Rock and Roll Express, the Dudleys, and other. Is there one team that you wish you would have gotten the chance to step in the ring with that you didn't?
Public Enemy's my answer. And only because the gimmicks were so much alike, and then I just believe when me and Wolfie turned ECW down, they made their own. And I just believe that people would have loved to have seen it. I believe it would have got over like hell. But Paulie dangerously said, "There's not a chance in fucking hell I will ever book Johnny Grunge and Jamie Dundee in the same fucking building. You've lost your mind."
What about you, Wolfie D?
I think my answer would be, Too Cool. I think Too Cool, we would have had a better match with them than we would.
Sure enough. But Too Cool was just PG-13, just all grown up. Because, they even called their fucking finish the hip-hop drop. Come on, Brian.
Yeah.
We should have called our finish, the Lawler's Crown or something. Shit, I don't know. And Brownie's like, I didn't steal y'all's gimmicks. And no, you didn't. Because you couldn't do it as good as us.
Well, I would have liked to have seen y'all wrestle the Midnight Express. So.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, my God. Shit. I don't know. Wolfie just said to me the other day, somebody called him and wanted us to wrestle the Rock and Roll Express. I said, if they lost their mind, we couldn't get down. I couldn't keep up with them in my prime when we were fucking 30, more or less now. And Jesus, Ricky and Robert can still go. And the Midnight Express, now the original, were you talking Stan and Bobby or Dennis and Bobby?
I think Stan and Bobby, but Dennis and Bobby's fine too. I love them both,
Yeah, Dennis and Bobby would have been a hell of a more wrestler because Stan just fucking stood in the corner and just fixed his hair and shit, and then Bobby do all the work. So. But really, Dennis got down and did it. You know what I mean? And I like Stan. He was a fabulous one. I love him.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, cool. I think that's it there. So the number 2 question is from a guy named Freshie Johnson. Yep, that's his real name, Freshie
What's
Johnson.
His name?
Freshie, like fresh with a Y. F-R-E.
Wow, his brother's parents hated him.
Might be a nickname, but we'll go with that.
No, it's not. He's a real name. He's from Philadelphia. I know him. He used to be one of my dealers.
You're real talking on this?
No, I'm bullshit too, just like Fred is. It makes good entertainment. What the hell, right?
Does.
I love you, Fred.
Yeah.
But come on with it, baby.
Well, Wolfie, he says he loves the show, and he's really found out a long time about y'all. He said he got into PG about 2 years ago from WWF, ECW, and WCW. It shows how strong your gimmicks were without watching the Memphis stuff. He was a fan without even watching the Memphis stuff. So his first question is, are there any PG stories from New York or Buffalo, New York, or any in the West New York area or anything like that? Y'all have any good stories from New York?
Wolfie might. I have none. My wife's in the car. My wife and my child is in the car. So, Freshie, my phone number is 270-844-2436. You call me, Freshie, and I'll tell you the smell of a soul. But the wife and the child are in the car. So, Reggie, I don't remember much about New York. They didn't keep us around long in New York because I guess I was a redneck and they said we didn't fit in.
Yeah. What about you?
I can't think of like a specific city like that, any kind of story. I'm sure something happened because we've been to both of them a number of times.
Yeah, something happened.
I just watched us on Shotgun Saturday night just yesterday, where we went to the ring in that bar, whatever the hell that bar was called.
All-Star Cafe.
Downtown.
All-Star Cafe.
That's it, in Madison Square Garden, right there in downtown New York. You could watch yourself on the Big Tron. But I really don't remember much about partying there because we got in and got out. Because, see, when we did the Monday Night Raws, we had to fly right back in to do Louisville on Tuesday.
Right.
So we really didn't, we didn't get to really do most of the stuff. Or I didn't. Wolfie probably did. I went to my room, read the Bible, and had a nap.
Yes,
went on the bed.
I believe it. I think it's great too. You did a good job, Jamie. So what about his second quick question is explain to him the hip hop drop.
Well, the hip hop drop,
what I thought it was.
The hip hop drop originally was where I would hold him up like in a almost like a bear hug position, and then Jamie would come off the top with the hubcap to the back of the head.
Yeah, that's right.
Flat.
Right,
That's
but
right.
not the too cool hip hop drop at all.
No, that was no. But they just stole the name because it was a cool ass name. And I mean, what was Brian gonna call it? The Brian leg droppers? Scotty. I don't know. The worm was the greatest shit they had. Yeah, that was great. That was over like hell with me.
We didn't really use that finish for that long. We only used that finish kind of at the beginning until we developed that tilt-a-whirl where I would spin Jamie around and he'd splash him.
Yeah, that's a great.
You saw us trying to do that the first few times. Holy shit, man. That was great. I was at least 6 inches off the ground when he spun me around. He's like, Dundee, man, you gotta fucking run, bro. You were like picking up fucking iron, man. How much do you weigh? 165 pounds? And I can't pick you up because it was just dead weight, brother.
Yeah. Well, I love that move. I think that was a great move, and I definitely think y'all need to look out there.
Surprised that nobody has used that move.
Right.
Well, Wolfie kind of invented that at Jarrett's farm. Well, on the ring when me and Wolfie was up there inventing moves to use against Al Brown and Sonny Rogers. Yeah. And we went to Jarrett's farm at the wrestling school, and Wolfie's like, "Here, man, we're going to do this right." And so Wolfie had a great mind for inventing things like that. Like when he put the guy on the top rope and jump off the top rope and just drive their head in the fucking mat and shit. That was great.
Yeah. So explain now. Wolfie's kind of said this before that he told Brian. Have you ever touched up with Brian and said, "Hey, Brian, that was our gimmick, brother"? Or did Wolfie's always been like he knew, that it was y'all?
Well, no, it was kind of like, of course I would say, Jesus Christ, Brian, is there anything else you lawlers can steal from us, Dundee? You steal the gates, you fucking steal it. I ruined one Christmas, and for the rest of my fucking life, I gotta fucking pay. So I was, but because me and Brian rode together everywhere because I lived in Arkansas and Memphis, and then Brian, of course, lived in Memphis, and so we rode everywhere. Memphis to Louisville, Memphis to everywhere we went. Because we were the Memphis clique. There was different cliques. Wolfie was part of the Nashville clique with the bosses, with the Randy Hales and the Jeffs and the Frank Morellas and me and Brian and Spellbinder and the Road Dog Jesse. We was up at Memphis boys there, see. So we would always ride together. And back then, poor old Brian, I don't guess he had much fun because he didn't do nothing. Yeah. We all partied like hell on a 7-hour drive to Louisville. And old Brian would just drive at 120 miles an hour everywhere we went.
So that's actually a question coming up. So I'm going to go ahead and ask it. At the Cause Effect on Instagram, he's a listener all the time, loves the show. So he said Jamie's favorite guys to ride with. So that's the guys you're talking about right there, Spellbinder.
Well, sometimes it wasn't whether it was a favorite person to ride with. It was just the fucking guy that lived near you so you didn't have to drive by yourself.
Right,
honestly, but Brian and them was my clique, But then once I found cocaine and crack, I rode by myself because I wasn't going to share that shit. And then I was paranoid everywhere I went, and I just wasn't going to have it.
Right.
So I rode everywhere by myself, me and my buddy Crack. He sat in the front right seat. See, my wife and kid got out of the car now, so that's why I went back to JCI's. But, many times in my life, just me and old Crack riding up and down the highways. And I remember the road dog saying one time, Jesus Christ, Jamie, fuck, man, you're spitting in the floor. I said, it's my fucking floor. But I mean, I loved riding because you definitely have to like the person you ride with for sure, especially when you as a tag team, you got to separate sometimes because 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, about 6 years in, you don't like that motherfucker no more. Right. It is what it is. It's human nature. You can't be with somebody 24/7, Right. And literally for 5 years, 6 years straight, never ever was we not together.
Right. Well, that's it. So Joshua Ash asks. He actually
say that again. Joshua Ash asks. Say that. That's pretty hard.
Joshua Ash asked. That's your good point there. So he asked, ever think of doing a tag team seminar? He would love to know if you do.
Sure.
So I've heard of singles, but go ahead.
If somebody wants to book it, see, that's the thing, man. People, I do see this on social media a lot. They're like, hey, why don't y'all come to so-and-so? Why don't y'all come to so-and-so? Hey, get with your local promoter and tell them to bring us there. I mean,
And here's the other thing. I will show up. I didn't know anybody gave a fuck last year. I will show up. I just thought nobody would care if I didn't show up because I was in the mountains.
No, was my house that dirty?
I cleaned my daughter's house because she let me come over and do laundry waiting on them to get off work, and she just come out and said, it was my house that dirty for you that you just have to clean it? But no, I just thought that's what you do for your child.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, I did all her dishes while she was at work. I did the laundry and fuck, but I mean, why not, right? I mean, that's my child. I love her. Yeah. I used to have a Chris Candido asking. I used to have a babysitting place. I used Dundee babysitting. I used to babysit this old hooker's 2 kids one time, and this is no bullshit. They still talk to me to this day.
Wow.
Yeah, remember them apartments, Wolf? Remember that call girl chick? If their boys are listening, they probably already know. But if they don't, your mama was a hooker. But anyway, I fucking I won't mention no names, but I still talk to them boys today, and they're 35 or 40 years old, and they tell me all the time, Dundee. Yeah, they say, Dundee, man, thank you very much for. Chris Candido said, can you fucking believe somebody would leave their kids with Jamie Dundee? Are you serious? But I guess he didn't realize that I was better alternative than where them boys were going to go. So what the hell?
Yeah. And I mean, can you believe he left his wife, sadly, with too many people? I'm sorry to say that. Maybe that's a bad thing to say, but
hey, listen, he didn't leave her. She left him.
Yeah, exactly.
She said, here's the job, Chris. You go to the ring, and I'm going to go get some head. And Chris was like, okay. And now Sonny has run over some people drunk on her 5th fucking DUI and killed these people. And I believe Sonny is going to have to fucking pay the piper, brother. I believe that's going to be bless her heart. Sonny was never one to take fucking responsibility for what Sonny did. Yeah. You know what I mean? And in time for Sonny, as Nikolai Roberts said, as Baby Doll said, there's no remorse in this fucking picture in her face. This lady has no remorse for what she has done. She still feels she's fucking hot, super sexy Sonny from 1995. And brother, that is gone. It's way gone. Out of sight, out of mind, motherfucker. And I believe there's a couple new ones now because that one just came forward and got hush money from Vince. But anyway, you know what I mean. Right. I mean, it's fuck me, man. She always blamed everybody else. And if you ask me, it's the reason Christopher's gone is because that fucking chick put him in the fucking grave for real. I know how he passed away, but the point is, he was probably getting on that fucking plane to fly away from her. If you really want to know.
Right. Sadly. So the next question is from Neil Adam Lee, and he asked a longer question, but I really just cut it down because the question was kind of redundant if you don't answer this one.
Now, hold on. You just said a whole bunch of big fucking words. Mike Rotunda and something about cutting them down and shit. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. That's the man's question, Jimmy. Hell, he took time to ask you. Ask that long question. I want to hear the long question.
The long question was there ever a chance to go to Japan?
Yeah, but Wolfie wouldn't let the guy touch his dick. That's a true story. He wouldn't let the guy fucking hold his penis. I don't blame him. Japan wasn't worth all that. True story. If Wolfie would have let the guy touch his fucking schlong, we'd have been there.
I think I just told that story on another show or something.
You did.
See, that story, the guy's like, I like to fucking let him touch your schlong. Wolfie's going to give us a bunch of money. We're like, you're touching my schlong. So we never made it.
Yeah, well, so that was the Japan story. He was asking if you all had been to Japan, tell your favorite stories of Japan, and I just said, well, if you haven't been there, why tell the stories? You know what I mean?
Right. So, and we can't tell you one because Wolfie never fucking crossed the line. He said, I'll do a lot of things for the team, but not touch my penis. So whatever the guy, Dennis, what was his name?
No, I think
he's dead. He's dead now. He's dead, so it don't matter.
It don't matter, but... yeah, you could probably, I mean, if they want to hear a Japan story, I'm sure you could come up with something.
Exactly. I got some. Listen, this is no bullshit. I know if you go to Japan, they get girls to wash you. They wash your unders and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know they're called geishas.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's all I know. And then they got every Coke machine's got liquor in it. And Doug Gilbert said when you answer the phone, you go like this, mushy mushy.
Mushy mushy.
That's all I know about Japan.
I love it. Too bad Billy Travis never made it over there, right? They could have washed him. But...
Oh my God, there would have been like a whole bunch of little Japs holding their nose like, the fucking stinking dick, brother. Oh yeah, poor buddy, man. I ain't shitting, bro. That thing, it was God. The covered wagon would peel back and fucking the smell, brother. I'm like, fuck. Oh, Billy, but Billy could steal from you. Billy told everybody in the WWF when he was there that his mama passed away, and Andre and all of them collected a whole bunch of money and gave it to Billy so he could go smoke crack, and nobody had even passed away and shit. And nobody was mad at Billy because you just couldn't get mad at fucking Billy Travis. Because, I mean, he just from up there in Eastern Kentucky, up there in the hollers where Ewan's is at. And he just, guy, you just had to like Billy, man. Steal from you, smile, and you smile back and just fucking say, oh, goddamn, Billy, come on back tomorrow, steal again. I swear, man.
I love it. All right. Well, the next question is from Keith P. Miller on Facebook. And he says,
Jamie, how's your father?
Yeah. He says, why did you only get a chance to wrestle on mostly WCW Saturday nights and worldwide? He figured they gave you Frog to work angles with 3 Count and Young Dragons. What do y'all think about that?
Well, I think because of the split and Russo and like kind of, I guess back like in the 70s with the Jarretts, if you took the wrong split, you would stay with Nick. You didn't have a job. So I think we went with Russo and Jeff, and it didn't work out for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, we went in there with Jeff and Russo and all them, and if that would have worked, we'd have been the Candy Kids, brother. Believe that.
Dude, we had such good matches on those shows. The only answer to me for that is that they just didn't think we were, main roster caliber. When in fact, Jamie, you remember the finish we did with the Dragons with the triple sunset flip thing and all that? And we come back hurt. Everybody was giving us a standing ovation. Arn, Diamond Dallas, all of them, man, was sitting there clapping. I was like, coming from Memphis, Jamie will tell you, nobody puts your matches over. They'll bury it, but they won't put it over. So we come walk through the curtain, standing ovation. What the fuck is wrong with these motherfuckers?
I thought, what the fuck, is Sonny doing something good? What they had to say. I was like, shit, but yeah, it was us. I'm like, fuck, they talking about us? But I mean, really, true that. It was just one of them. Russo out, whatever the other dude's name is, was in. What's his name? Yeah, that's him. He killed WCW. What's his name?
Bischoff.
Yeah, that's him. Jack off. Yeah, that's him. That's his name. I forgot.
Y'all did have some great matches, though. I think it could have worked out. But anyway, I'd see y'all on AEW right now as far as that goes, So. Yeah,
speaking of AEW, I got a question. How does Cody Rhodes open a company to run against Vince and then go work for Vince? How the fuck did that happen?
Well, he brought his level up, That's basically it.
He did what?
He found a money mark to start a company with, and then he decided to dip once that he booked himself out of the world title situation. That's my opinion. I think they did a stupid angle at first where if he lost a match and he was trying to put a guy over and he ended up getting this match where he couldn't end up being in the world title picture anymore or whatever. And I think he wanted to go to WWF and fill his dad's never winning a title dreams up there.
I understand, but he needs to put on about 350 pounds and talk with a fist, baby, and throw that big elbow and hit him in the belly welly, and then maybe he can do that.
Yeah. What did Bill Dundee think of Dusty Rhodes? Let's hear this question.
Bill Dundee popped up the Rhodes with the American Dream, baby. Said when he comes to town, he said, "Oh, good Lord, Lancer, he hit him in the belly welly." Now, that's good shit, brother. A belly welly.
Yeah, a belly welly. I love that.
The finish. Yeah. And who else can take a big black woman, put her in polka dots, and get her over like fucking Rover for doing absolutely nothing? But it's the American Dream, Cam, baby, Dusty, Big Dust. My daddy loved Big Dusty because when we moved to Louisiana and he was booking for Bill Watts, Big Dusty was the man there, baby. Whoa, Big Dusty.
I love it.
But I mean, Dusty was way ahead of his time, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely.
A big man that could move. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
he was exciting. He was entertaining. He could go. And I don't know. I don't know. Cody, Dustin could go. But I don't know. I don't know Cody. I've never seen Cody. I don't watch wrestling. I didn't even know wrestling was still on fucking TV. Because, I did. Because I got one of them Rokas. Them Rokas TVs. You can watch any damn thing you want. You can type in damn two midgets fucking throwing discus over the fucking roof of a house, and it's on there. I swear to God, I saw it.
Yeah.
I ain't kidding. And so, I mean, who wants to sit around and watch fucking boring ass, shitty ass wrestling?
Yeah. It's a good point. Well, I agree with you there, brother. So, okay, our next question, cause effect on Instagram, the stiffest rib you've ever seen.
Seen?
That time Wolfie kicked me when I passed out in the dressing room there before the Ken Shamrock thing. He stiff as he broke my fucking rib. I mean, you losing our job, Dundee. That's for kicking the shit out of my rib right there. That's the fucking hardest one I ever seen because I had an $800 cab bill and I was saying that wasn't my fucking fault. That's Brian Cooper's fault.
So that was a rib in a sense, right? I mean, you know.
Yeah, what a rib. A rib on Wolfie and everybody else. It really rib on me. My microphone wasn't on. I had to go home and then woke up on Wednesday and watched it back. And I'm fucking asleep on the stage. Goddamn slobber coming out my face. And what a fucking rib. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And then now they're going to send me letters talking about, since Chris Benoit did what he did, we care here in the WWF. I want to send you to rehab. If you don't want to send me to goddamn rehab that day, motherfucker, you want to take my full plane tickets and fire me, you fucking jackoffs. Yeah, motherfuckers. Matter of fact, more I think about the matter, I guess. Fuck you, Jim Ross, you half a face fuck. That was one of my questions. I'm sorry, that was my question. The question is for Jim Ross, what happened to the other side of your face, you fuck?
Oh, my God.
He
All
said,
right.
palsy. That's what happens when you fucking put your nuts on his chin. My wife and kids got in the car. Hey, y'all.
Yeah. So,
back to Jamie.
All right.
Where we going now, y'all?
Next.
We're going to Jarrett. Katie's going too?
No, that was...
my other daughter's in. I'm driving home, so y'all carry on with the questions. Wolfie will answer them. I'll just listen.
All right. Well, this is a good one I think you can answer. And honestly, this is our last question of Ask PG-13 Anything. Now, this is from
glad
Eddie.
The anything part didn't come through.
Yeah, exactly. We only gave him a couple days, but it's okay. Maybe next time we'll get more. This is Eddie Austin at King Lawler fan on Twitter. He's a great listener, loves the show all the time. And he says this, did y'all ever have heat with someone because of something Bill or just Memphis in general did prior to them knowing you?
Brian did for what Lawler done, but Bill kind of got along with everybody. I think I got heat on my own for what I done, nothing for what Bill did. Hey, what is this gentleman's name that asked this question?
His name's Eddie Austin.
Well, I tell you, Eddie Austin, you're going to stay married for a long time because Jimmy just said you're a good listener, and I'm glad to hear you're a good listener because women love that, brother. So you're going to be married forever, man. Just keep on listening, bro.
So I think. Complete opposite, Jimmy. I think all the guys know, and you even seen when Savio did his interview on another show that he's like, they're from Memphis. Their timing, everybody knows that if you worked Memphis for as long as we did, we knew what the fuck we were doing, and they trusted us.
So it was the opposite.
And most of all, we've always said this: you could take Memphis wrestling and stick it anywhere on the fucking earth, and it will get over. But you can't take anything else in the world and stick it in Memphis. They'll boo, they'll shit on it, they'll laugh at it, and literally, and I mean, that's why we can do an arm pump fucking angle with the Dudley boys do the arm pump on a pay per view. Somebody said, only y'all can do the damn arm pump spot on the damn pay per view, Dundee. I said, well, Freddie Joe Floyd, you wasn't on it, so it don't matter. Memphis wrestling, that's what they told us in Mexico and everything. They said, we didn't hire y'all to be Mexican. We hired you to be you. Do what you do. And Mexico had never seen no shit like that. They'd never seen no act like monkeys and just stop in the middle of a spot and just dance and they never saw that. Honestly, I don't believe they ever saw no shit like us. They loved it. It got over like Rover because the guy said, if I wanted Mexicans, I'd have hired Mexicans. I hired y'all to do what you do and do what you do.
Right.
So I mean, never in Mexico history, because it's all 3-on-3, good heel, referee, bad. Never had they seen nobody stop and dance and do the hip hop, do the booty bump, and just, I mean, they never seen no shit like it. And so it got over like hell because we all know something new is really exciting. And after you're trained for years and years and years of seeing the same shit, you go, wow, these two little skinny dudes are something else, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
And everybody had tights on and mask on, and we had pair of shorts on and boxer shorts and tennis shoes. They never seen no shit like that, for real.
Right.
Yeah.
And the other thing was, and I'll never forget the guy that used to drive us around, Arturo.
Arturo.
He after he watched us for the first time, he said, "Amigos, your face, you look like you want to kill." And so back to said about the mask. We didn't have masks and, facial expressions. And you had, 1994, there wasn't very many guys that didn't wear masks down there.
Right. Yeah, I think Conan and Vampiro were the only two I can think of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody else was masked up because, that was the big deal in Mexico. To lose the mask, you build it up for the mask to make the big money, But, and they never saw comedy. They've never seen comedy wrestling. They never saw it. And when they all started laughing, they're like, fuck, we're laughing. Because, most of the Mexicans are, woo, ah, ooh, a bunch of whistles. They whistle. There's some whistling son of bitches, let me tell you.
That's awesome.
Another thing that me and Wolfie were kind of put on the spot because they don't speak English. We don't speak Spanish. Wolfie, when he came home, he was fluent Spanish. He knew un auto bus. He knew what. Tommy said, well, how you say car, Wolfie? He said, un auto bus.
Un auto.
Yeah, me and Wolfie brought a little Spanish kid. He's probably 25 years old. And we would sit him in our room and we would smoke pot and I'd say, toe. And he'd say, toe? And we'd say, Espanol. And he would say it back to us in Spanish. And then me and Wolfie, it was like fucking two cavemen, bro. It was great. We were like fucking cavemen. I'd say, pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, they stole it. Yeah, the Encino Man stole our fucking movie because that was us. We were doing that years before that movie came out. We just didn't know it.
I love it. That's awesome.
And I run up a $500 or $600 fucking tab in a bar, bro, and the average Mexican makes $50 a month. Yeah. And I ran up a fucking $600 tab on this waiter, and brother, it was like an E.F. Hutton commercial. When that fucking guy said, "You want to pay this tab?" I go, "Tab? Tab means the shit's free." Fucking the lights came on, the music stopped, and here come the fucking mafia. Amigo, you don't have no money for your tab. I'm like, tab means that shit's free. He said some shit in Spanish to that guy, and that guy said to me in English, "Amigo, please, man. Amigo, man, you don't have no money." I'm like, you got to come to my hotel room. I give him 100,000 pesos. That's like $7 fucking. I was like, here's 100,000. He said, "Amigo, my taxi costs more than this." I said, "Well, you better fucking walk, because it's all I got." Yeah, but it was
every fucking day.
What was it called? It was called Toontown, the Zona Rosa, the pink zone. It was Toontown because we had fucking cartoons tattooed on us. They loved us.
Yeah, that's hilarious. All right. Well, that is it for Ask PG-13 Anything. And that is it for the show, Wolfie D. Won't you take us out, brother? Thank you, Jamie, for showing up.
You're welcome, gentlemen. And Wolf, I'm excited to see you this week coming up because by the time they hear this, we're already going to do it. So since we've already done it, you owe me $50 on that fucking picture, bro. That was just say like that just because,
And hey, just to remind everybody, the next thing coming up for us is going to be the Squared Circle Expo, April 8th and 9th. And then in May, we're going to be at Heroes and Legends in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee on May the 13th.
Indianapolis in April, right? 7th and 8th in Indy.
Right.
I'm going to call Peyton and Eli Manning and let them come on over and let them chill with us for a minute.
Tell them what's up, man.
That's cool.
Yeah, because they ain't doing nothing but commercials now. I mean, they're commercial dudes now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But thank you, Jamie. Thank you, everybody, for listening. And, dude, I will see you soon. Everybody, tune in next week for Live and in Color with Wolfie D.
Thank you, guys.
You mother. All right, boys. Love you. Be safe.
Thank you, buddy. You're the best.
See you, buddy.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling, the podcast that's based on the old school but can still help you find the good stuff from today. Jimmy Street and the Plastic Chic, Jarrett, are the undisputed tag team champions of the wrestling podcast world. From thought-provoking topics to superstar interviews to action figure expertise. This team does it all, and all they ask is, give me back my pro wrestling! Every other Thursday, wherever you listen to podcasts.
If you're a pro wrestling fan, there's something for everyone at the Cheap Heat TV Podcast Network. From the Pro Wrestling Discussion Show, Cheap Heat TV Live, to the interview show, the Jackson Interaction Podcast with the king of all wrestling media, Gene Jackson, to the silliness of the Whitey Jenkins Show, and the brand new Zip, Xander's Irresistible Podcast with Charles Anders. You can check them all out and much more over at cheapheattvlive.com.
Hey everyone, this is Shane from Insane Shane's World. I release wrestling figures of enhancement talent, mid-card wrestlers, and wrestlers that you never thought would have a figure available. So if you're interested in adding a really cool and rare figure to your collection, then don't hesitate to contact me at shamtheman73@gmail.com. That's SHAMtheman73@gmail.com. You can also join my Facebook group. Just search Insane Shane's World.
This is The Big Picture, Michael Jablonski. Don't forget to tune in every week to Jablonski's Pissed Off on the Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling YouTube channel.
The what's wrong in this sport? He's gonna tell you all about it. He doesn't care what you think. You're gonna hear all about it. Mike Jablonski. He's so pissed off. Mike Jablonski. He's so pissed off. Mike Jablonski. He's so pissed off. He's pissed off.
If you're a fan of rock and music, I'd really appreciate it if you took a moment to check out my podcast. It's called the Decibel Geek Podcast. We've been doing it for about 10 years now. We talk about Kiss. We talk about Ozzy. We talk about Motley Crue and Guns N' Roses and Metallica. We talk about all the legends from the 60s and on, up to brand new bands that you should be hearing about today that you're not going to hear on the radio. It's Decibel Geek. Wherever you find your podcasts, you'll find us there. If you love rock and roll, I can almost guarantee you're going to love my show.
So that was another great episode. Hey, Wolfie, tell them where they can find you on social media.
Jimmy, they can find me in the club, bottle full of bub. I'm just kidding. They can find me on Facebook. My personal page is Warren Wolf, WOLFE. I'm on Instagram at Warren Wolf 13.
You can always find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Live Wolfie D. And then on YouTube at Live and in Color with Wolfie D Podcast. Our website is anchor.fm/WolfieD. Here's the thing. Wolfie always has offers for his autographed photos. He has a selection of some awesome photos from throughout his career that he will autograph and personalize any way that you want him to. Just contact him either directly at his personal Facebook page or through any one of our other pages, and we'll make sure you get in contact directly with Wolfie. Get those photos, right, Wolfie?
Yeah, I've got some good stuff on there, to help with the podcast.
Folks, if you can't get out to a show to meet Wolfie D, there's nothing like that, especially for the fans of PG-13 and Wolfie D. Also, do you have a product or business you'd like Wolfie D to talk about? Let us know about it by leaving a recorded message over at anchor.fm/WolfieD/message. Leave your name and contact info and we'll get back to you. Once again, that's anchor.fm/WolfieD/message. And before we go, you can always find me, your host, Jimmy Street, at James Rock Street on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube.
And hey, Jimmy, before we go real quick, I just want to add in there, from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate, first of all, the work you've done for this podcast. You have worked your butt off. Secondly, the people that are liking the page. Beyond that, even more, is the people that are listening. And we really appreciate that.
Yeah, and remember, guys, the podcast drops a new episode every Monday at noon, and our past episodes are streaming now on demand on all major podcast formats. Thanks again.
I got a cap for you don't. He got a cap for you don't. I got a cap for you don't. He got a cap for you don't. He got a cap for you don't.
And here we go, the original white boy that came out sagging, not bragging, don't be hating, cause I'm spitting the truth, still live and in color, bum rush your mother, utilize a hubcap, unlike any other. Back in the day, I was N-O-D, and I was P to the G, plus the 1 and the 3. In case you forgot, they call me Wolfie D. Been cloned and copied so many times, tired of suckers taking credit for what is mine. You know who you are, without me name dropping. Wrestling's first white boy coming out hip-hopping. Been doing it like this since 92. Laid low for a while and you thought I was through. Listen real close to these rhymes that I've injected. This shit's so sick track, it makes your ears get infected. Mad skills, no faking, there is no one great. Cause I'm bringing more folks than Obi-Wan or Vader. Not here to play games, so you better beware. You don't like me, so what? I really don't care. Like time I keep ticking and I can't be stopped. You sucker step to the side unless you wanna get dropped. With my finish, I'll straight knock you out. Please allow me to tell you what it's all about. I'm gonna wind it up, then I'm driving it home. It's Wolfie D, baby. I got a cap for your dome. I got a cap for your dome. We got a cap for your dome. We got a cap for your dome.
This has been a James Rock Street production.